Okay, now we've got the API key working, we can create a new project on your Google Cloud account. So start by going to console.cloud.google.com. I'm not sure exactly what yours will look like because you won't have created any projects yet, but up here, if you click that menu there and then click New Project, that will create a new project. You can also go to the search bar and search for New Project and click Create a New Project there. I'll just do this method. So I've gone there, click New Project, give the project a name. So you might go with something like YouTube Music Audit. I'm just going to go for demo because so that I know what it is and delete it. Leave organization and location as they are. Click Create. You'll see up here, it will take a few seconds to create the project. Okay, then you can click Select Project. I'm now in that project under my account there. So now you can go into the search bar and search for function. In fact, search for create function. Maybe not. Search for cloud function. Okay, then click on cloud functions there. Make sure that the name of your project is selected at the top left there. Then click on create function. It will check these APIs and let you know that they're not enabled. So click enable so that all of those become activated. Takes a few seconds. Okay, then leave the environment as second gen. Give the function a name. It can be called the same thing as your project, YouTube Music Audit, something along those lines. Again, I'll just name mine Demo 3. Leave region as the American one because it's querying YouTube, which is in America, so it doesn't really benefit us to make it the UK. Leave trigger HTTPS, but click allow unauthenticated invocations. Then drop down these advanced settings. Change memory allocated to 1 gig. Change timeout to 3600. Leave maximum concurrent requests as 1. Just check a few of these other things. Make sure allow all traffic is selected, which it should be. All looks fine. Okay, then click next. Enable this additional API. Okay, now from runtime, this is what we're doing here is creating the cloud function. So we're adding the Python script which scrapes the data to the Google server basically. So we need to select runtime menu and go down to Python 3.9. Then we'll see main.py there, which is where the main script will go, and requirements, which is where the script's dependencies go. So select main, delete everything that's currently in there, then go and retrieve the function, the main script. So I will have sent you that in an email or document. For now though, I'm just gonna go and retrieve it from my Google project, which is in here, source, main.py. Okay, so the one you're pasting in here starts with import subprocess and ends with file script executed successfully. So select everything, paste that into your main.py. Then click on requirements and paste in the requirements.txt contents into here. Then the entry point, which is how the script is sort of accessed or queried, change that to main. So 3.9 main, that's the main script. Those are the requirements. Click deploy. Then you'll see a status up here under build and service. And this URL is the URL that I'll ask you to send me so that I can switch that in to the script where I need to go. Or I might in fact just show you where that needs to go in a minute when we get there, because it's just a quick copy and paste job. Okay, so if it's successfully deployed, you'll see a little green tick, function is active, and then this URL which can be copied. So that's done. Next we're going to add an additional function which the tool needs. So return to parent page to see your list of functions. You'll see the one you just created. Click create function, and this one, the function name should be, one second, it's going to be list CSV files 2. So list, we may want to capitalize it the same, in fact, just in case that's important. It's all lowercase. List CSV files 2. Allow unauthenticated invocations with HTTPS as the trigger. Just double check. Yeah, permissions. That's fine. Okay, so let's just check this. Let's allocate a gigabyte to this, and also give it a timeout of 3,600, just in case it needs extra time. So that's fine. HTTPS, this file. I've already got a function called this, so I'm going to call it demo list, so I know which one to delete. 1 gig. So click next. Again, we have this area, so we're going to select Python 3.9, and then in main.py, paste this, which I'll supply in the email I'll send you. That goes in there instead of that. The requirements are just one, which is cloud storage. Delete that, remove that. The entry point is list underscore CSV underscore files. That can go there. That gets rid of that error. And then click deploy. This function is what the tool uses to retrieve what's available on the server in the bucket. So when it lists all the CSV files and then we type one in, this is the function that's getting that list. Again, this will take a couple of minutes to deploy, so I will come back when we're ready to carry on. Alright, so once that second function is deployed successfully, we need to go to the search bar and search for Cloud Bucket. Then click on Buckets here. Then click Create. So the bucket is the storage area for the CSV files. Click Create. Give it a name. So again, it could be YouTube Music Audit. I'll put Demo. Demo's already taken, so give it a different name. Right, here we go. So this is important. Public access. We want to uncheck that and then click Yeah, so uncheck enforce public access prevention, but leave uniform checked, then click continue. The region is fine as it is. Those can stay as they are, then click create. Right. Now we have a bucket created. So if we go back to the top level, we can see the name of the bucket here. So what we want is the URL, which is right here. So this I'll need you to send me. So if you, once you're in your buckets, if you click on configuration and then under Cloud Console URL, copy that to the clipboard, and then you can either send it to me or maybe in the next step I might just show you where it goes. We'll see in a minute. Right, okay, now we need to make this publicly available. So click prevent public access. Actually, that's not right, sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's what we need to do to make the bucket publicly available. So we need to go to Google Cloud Console, into buckets, select the permissions tab near the top of the page, click grant access. In the new principals field, enter all users. In the selector drop down, do storage object viewer, click save, click allow public access. So let's give that a go. Grant access, where is that? Here, grant access, new principals, all users, select a role, storage object viewer, storage object viewer, storage object viewer, click save, allow public access. Save, allow public access. That now should have a warning, which is good because it means it's public to the internet, so we can access it from Google Sheets. So that's all good. So now, once you've done all that, we just need that URL there for the next step. Okay, so to quickly recap, we've got a project with the name you chose here. We've got a bucket with a name that you chose here, which should say public to internet there. And then we have two functions in here. One is called list CSV files 2, I think, and the other one is whatever you called it. So the next step is creating a Google Sheets file. So go to your top level here and give it a name, whatever you want to call it, your working sheet. Then click on extensions, app script, and delete that, paste in the app script, the contents of the app script text document that I send you. So the whole thing goes in here. You can give that a name, might as well give it the same name, YouTube music audit, that I have, just in case that is needed. So we'll put that in there, click rename. So that now contains the ability to create the menu, access the script that scrapes the data, then list the data using this function. So what we need to do is switch out two URLs. So this URL here is the first function we created. So if we go back to where that is, so here, when you go back to your functions, you may see this screen which says you can use Cloud Functions once you've enabled billing. So click Enable Billing there. I'm going to go to my one that is already enabled, just to, so I don't have to bother enabling billing. So you will see, you will be looking at something more like this, except without this one with an error, which is an old one. So go into the first function, which is the main script, YouTube Music Audit. Go into, then click this, copy to clipboard, that URL there. Then go into your app script, and down here where it says trigger cloud function, and it currently has this URL, switch that out for your URL, like that. Did that change? No, because I'm using the same one. So yours will look different. Then go back to your cloud functions up here. Go into list CSV files, copy that clipboard, go over to your app script, scroll down to here and replace that URL. And you'll also need the bucket name. So that's the third thing you'll need. So what you'll do to get that is go back here. You'll probably be looking at functions. You can search for buckets, click the top result. You'll then probably have one bucket in here, so you can click through to that. Then you can copy the bucket name, copy the path to the clipboard there, go back to your app script, paste yours over the top of that one, leaving everything else as it is. And let's just check if there's anything else you need. If you wanted to change the name of the menu, by the way, from Dark Arts Yote, you can just change that in there. Likewise, if you want to make these a bit more snappy or different, you can change what the menu items are called by changing those. So let's have a quick scroll to make sure there's nothing else we need to change. Alright, that all looks good. So once that's been edited, this Save Project icon will be clickable. So click that, and that should then be the app script set up in the new Google Sheet you've created. Okay, so a very quick recap of everything. You've created a Google project. You create the two functions, one for the main script, one for the list CSV files. You'll also create a Google bucket. You'll then be creating a new Google Sheet with this app script here, which has these URLs switched out for your function and bucket URLs and names. You'll save that. Then you'll come back into the document. Whenever you make a change to the app script, you have to refresh the document. Hopefully then, when you refresh it, you will see the Dark Arts menu here. So then you can go ahead and try using it as you used it before. If nothing happens or it has any kind of error, you can either let me know what the error says in Google Sheets, or in addition to that, you can do both, which would be good. You can go into, when you go to run it, you can watch to see what it's doing and see if it's being successfully executed by going into your cloud function, the main one. So you'd be in here, you'd click on the main thing here, which probably says something like YouTube Music Audit. Then you would click on logs, and then nothing's happening in there because it's not currently running. But what you would see is something, if I go to what mine actually looks like, logs. So here we'll see that I tried Aphex Twin earlier. That's a good one to try actually, because there's only 13 videos on the channel, so you won't have to wait very long to see if it's working. If it's working successfully, you will see, eventually you will see all these different languages being listed. That's how you know it's definitely working, because by that point it's got past the API stage and is working on the command line tool. And initially you will see that the script is being initiated. Might have to scroll for a while to see it. What can I filter to? Yeah, so when you first initiate the script, you hopefully click the menu, put the URL in, click OK, jump straight over to here under the logs. Then it refreshes by you scrolling down. You kind of have to scroll to push it, to force it to keep refreshing. So you'll go down, hopefully you'll see channel URL, and it will list the URL that you've given it, and then eventually it will show all those languages. Give it, for Aphex Twin took about 2-3 minutes max. You'll see the language listed, then you'll hopefully see file uploaded there. If you were to go to your bucket, you will see in your bucket the CSV file, and then through the tool you can list it and go from there. So hopefully that's everything. If anything does go wrong, it will be a security setting or something that's just needs ticking quickly just to allow access, allow all the things to work together kind of in harmony. But fingers crossed that'll get us 90% of the way. So let me know if you have any issues or any error messages, and all being well, it will be running in your account pretty soon.